Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel MKS Tech Talks. So in this YouTube channel, I have one playlist with the name DevOps Training Series Zero to Hero. So in this playlist, you can find the different topics like Linux, Git, Jenkins, Docker, Kubernetes, Ansible, Terraform, AWS Cloud, from basic to advanced concepts with real-time scenarios. So even if you don't know anything about the DevOps, so you can easily understand all these concepts. Just subscribe my YouTube channel MK's Tech Talks for more updates. Thank you. Clean. Nothing to commit. Working tree clean. What this message represent? So it represent both working directory and local repo are in sync. Okay, both working directory and local repo are in sync. So it means ultimately what we have to do is we have to get this message. Always we have to get this clean status message. Then we are good. Otherwise, okay, we have to do the required changes, required workflow we have to complete. Always we have to get the clean status. Okay. Now what I'm doing is so I have two files, right? So I have two files in my working directory. So I'm trying to do some changes in the test1 file. Okay. So go to the insert mode. Just I added something here. Okay. So save the changes. Save the changes. Okay. So what is the status we got earlier? Git status. We got working tree clean. Okay. When we use Git status, we got working tree clean. Now what I'm doing is so I can check the status. So what status we are getting here? Is it clean status? Is it clean status? What is the clean status? This is the clean status. Working tree clean. That is the clean status. But now we are not getting this clean status. Why we are not getting this clean status? Tell me.
Because
So what?
nothing has
Yeah.
been added.
Because we added something to the test1 file. We modified test1 file. Okay. So what this working directory will do? Whenever we do any changes in the working directory, okay, so every change will be monitored with the Git. What is the change we did? We added some content to the test1 file. That is also change. Okay, so creating the file, modifying the file, deleting the file. Okay, so these are the changes. These are the changes. So as we added some content, as we modified test1 file, so this modification is not there in the local repository. Okay, so we modified the existing file. We modified existing file, test1 file. So these modifications are not there in the local repository. Already the old file we committed. Whatever the file we committed to the local repository is the old file. Okay, so now we have new changes in this file. We modified test1 file. Okay, so as this is a new change we have, and as a working directory and local repository content is not same. Okay, so we are not getting the clean status. We are not getting clean status. Change is not staged for commit. So what represent? What it represent? We have some changes in the working directory. So these changes are still not moved to the staging area, not staged. Okay. So it is clearly telling use git add command. Okay. Use git add command. What this git add command will do? What this git add command will do?
Still add files to the staging area.
Yeah, it will move the changes to the staging area. Okay, so what is the change we have to move? There is a modified test1 file. Earlier we are seeing new file, new test1 file, but this is a modified, there is a modification in the test1 file. So Git is clearly telling So we did some modifications in the test1 file. So these modifications we have to move to the staging area, then we have to move to the local repository. Okay, so unless we are not going to get the clean status. Okay, now how can we move these changes to the staging area? How to move the changes from working directory to the staging area? So we modified test1 file. So these changes are there in our working directory. So we have to move these changes to the staging area. Modified test1 file. How to move? What is the command? So we already have, right? Git add command. Always we have to use this command only. Okay, so always we have to use a git add command only whenever we want to move the changes from the working directory to the staging area. We have to use git add command only. Okay, now we use git add command. So use git add command. So before this, just here, check the status. So this is the status we have. Now I'm trying to use git add. What is that file? Which file we modified? Test1 file. Okay, so git add test1. So check this one. Now check the status. You see, earlier changes not staged and modified file. This is the red color. Red color always represent the changes are in the working directory. We already discussed it, right? So always red color represent changes are there in the working directory. Okay. Again, we used git add command. What this git add command will do? Git add command will move changes from the working directory to the staging area. As we move changes to the staging area, when we check the status, it is changing, it is telling changes to be committed. Earlier, what is the message we got? Changes not staged means from the working directory, we didn't move to the changes to the staging area. That is the meaning here. Now, so changes to be committed, it represent we have changes in the staging area. Okay, we have changes in the staging area. These changes we have to move to the, we have to commit to the local repository. That is the meaning here. Okay, so but here always green color file represent changes are there in the staging area. Just by seeing the color you can see. So red color represent changes are there in the working directory, green color represent changes are there in the staging area. Okay, so now, so try to use a git commit command. Git commit is the command we have to use to move the changes from staging area to the local repository, right? So git commit. So -m. So I'm using modified test1 file. You can give any message. Okay, so we can add any message here. So this message, no need to bother about this message. Okay, so git commit -m modified test1 file. Okay, so check this one. You see, one file changed, one insertion, one file changed, one insertion. Okay, now, so here, so earlier, what is the status we are getting? Changes to be committed. This is the status we are getting. After that, we use the git commit command. Again, check the status. You see, nothing to commit, working tree clean. Okay, so we are getting the clean status. We are getting clean status. Okay, is it clear? Any doubts?
No problem.
Okay, now, so git status, we are getting nothing to commit. Working tree clean, it represent what are the changes we have in the working directory, and they are there in the local repository. Both are in sync. Okay. Now what I'm doing is I'm trying to modify test1, test2 file. So vi test2. So go to insert mode. So this is git class. I did some changes. Save the changes. Okay. So now check the status. So tell me what will be the status now? So earlier we have clean status, working tree clean status. After that, we modified test2 file. What will be the status now? So what will, whether we will get the clean status or not?
No, I don't think so.
You see, we are not getting the clean status. Okay. Change is not staged means we have changes in the working directory. So these changes still not moved to the staging area. What is the change? Tester2 is the change. Okay, tester2 is the change we have. Okay. Now what we have to do? We have changes in that working directory. Tester2 got modified here. Okay. So tester2 got modified here in the working directory. So what we have to do now? As we have modification in tester2, so we are not getting the clean status. Always we have to get the clean status. Then only we are good. Okay. So what we have to do now? We have to move these changes to the staging area. How can we move the changes to the staging area? Tell me. It is clearly telling that use git add command. Okay. So tell me the syntax here. So git add file name. Which file we are trying to move? Test2 file. Okay. So we are trying to move test2 file from working directory to the staging area. Now check the status. Tell me what will be the status now? Can we get the same status or different status?
No, it will be changed.
Check the status. Changes to be committed. Okay. So earlier changes not staged. Okay. Red color file. Now changes to be committed. Green color file. In the present, we have test2 changes in the staging area. We have test2 changes in the staging area. Now, so from the staging area, what we have to do? We have to, so we moved to the staging area, right? From staging area, we
Yeah.
have to move to the local repository. Okay. So how to move to the local repository? What is the command? Always git commit is the command. Okay. So git commit -m. We can give any message modified test2 file. Okay. Now we modified test2 file. These modifications, we are moving from the staging area to the local repository. Okay. So check this one. Now one file changed. What is telling? One file changed. One insertion. Okay. One insertion. So now again check the status. What status we are going to get now? Tell me the status. Clean status we are getting. So any doubts here? Any doubts? Okay. Is it clear? Simply just I had to remember this. Whenever there is a change in the working directory, these changes we have to move to the staging area and then we have to move to the local repository. Then only we'll get the clean status. To get the clean status, both working directory and local repository has to be in sync. Okay. Otherwise, we cannot get the clean status. Okay. Now, so ls will give the files in the working directory. Git ls files will give the files in the local repository. Now what I'm doing is I'm trying to create one more file, file1 file. Okay. So again check ls. I have 3 files in my working directory where we created file1 working directory. Always every change will be available in the only in the working directory. Okay. So now check git ls files. So whether this file1 will be available in the local repository? Tell me whether file1 will be available in the local repository. Just now we created file1 in the working directory. Okay. So can we expect file1 in the local repository? Check now. So file1 is not there in the local repository. Why file1 is not there in the local repository? Because still we didn't move file1. This is a change in our working directory. We did one change. What is the change we did? We created new file1. So every change we have to move to the local repository. Okay, so this is one change. Okay, so as still we didn't move file1 to the local repository, the file1 is not reflecting in the local repository. Okay, as still we didn't move file1 to the local repository. This file1 is not reflected in the local repository. Okay, so git ls files command will give the local repo files, right? Okay. So now what we have to do? What we have to do? So we created file1. We created file1. Okay. In working directory. In working directory. This file we have to get in local repository.
Staging area.
We have to move to the staging area. From staging area, we have to move to the local repository. Okay. So how can we move to the staging area? Simply git add. Which file we are trying to move? File1. Okay. So before this, we have to check the status, right? Now changes to be committed. New file. New file is there in the staging area. Okay. So move this file to the local repository. You can commit. Git commit -m. New file added. New file added. So any commit message is sufficient here. So you see, create mode. One file changed. One file added. Create mode. Okay. So there is one file added to the local repository. Now check ls. ls will show the files in the working directory. Git ls -files. It will show the files in the local repository. You see, now we got file1 into the local repository. Earlier it is not there. As we used git add git commit command, file1 got moved to the local repository. Okay, now check the status. Can you tell what status we are going to get now? Whether we get the clean status or not? You see, both are in sync. Working directory, local repository, both are in sync. Can we get a clean status? Check this one. Yes, we are getting clean status because what are the changes we have in the working directory? These changes we move to the local repository. That is the reason here we are getting the clean status. Okay. So in this way, every change we have to move to the local repository. Then only we'll get the clean status. Okay. Now we did a couple of commits. We did many commits, right? So to check that commit history, okay, to check what are the commits we did up to now, so we can use git log command. So what this git log command will do? It will show list of commits. Show commit history. So up to now, whatever the commits we did, right? So all the commit details we get by saying git log command. So check git log. So we did many commits, right? You see? So this is my first commit. Okay, so for every commit, there will be commit ID. This is the commit ID. And author means who created that commit ID. And what is the timestamp at which time we committed the changes. These details will be available for every commit. Okay, for every commit, author details, commit ID details, and timestamp. These details will be available for every commit. Okay, so this is the first commit, and this is the second commit we did. This is the third commit we did, and this is the fourth commit we did. New file added. Just now we created. Okay, so one commit. So like this, we have four commit IDs. We have four commit IDs. So for every commit, there will be commit ID. This is the commit ID. Okay. For every commit, there will be commit ID. There will be author means user who created that particular commit, and timestamp some commit message. This is the commit message we have given. Okay, we have given my first commit as one message, modified test one file as one message, modified test two file as one message, new file added as one message, like that. So we have given some commit messages. So all these details will get by using the git log command. Okay. Now here, so in real time, we are going to get hundreds of commit IDs whenever we use git log command, right? Okay. So we'll get hundreds of commit messages, but I need only few commit messages. Let us consider. Okay. I need only few commit messages. Then I can filter the commits. So git log hyphen n. So what it represents is, so it will show last. This that is a recent n commit IDs. N commit ID commit details. N commit details. Last n commit details. Okay. So I have four commits here. Now I don't want all the four commits details. Okay, I need only two commit IDs. I can give git log hyphen 2. You see, it is showing last two commits. Okay, so this is the recent commit. Before that, we modified tester 2. This is the another commit. We got last two commit ID details. Last two commit IDs. Okay. So similarly, now this git log command is giving all the details, right? Commit ID, author, timestamp, commit message. Okay. But my intention is I don't want all these details. I don't want all these details. Okay. Just I need commit ID. I need only commit ID. Then what I can do? Simply I can use git log hyphen one line. Git log hyphen one line. So what this command will do is so it will show only commit ID details, commit ID and commit message. Okay, it will show only commit ID and commit message details. So check this one. Git log hyphen one line. You see, we have four commit IDs, but four commit ID details we are getting here. Okay, so D01 is one, DC2 is one, C7B. You see, C7B is one, and EC7 is one. So these commit IDs, only commit IDs and commit message details we are getting. Again, commit ID and commit message details we are getting. So now here also, so in real time we will have hundreds of commit IDs, right? So I don't want all the commit IDs. I need only few commit ID details. Then I can filter. So git log hyphen one line hyphen n. So what this will do? It will show. So it will show last n commit IDs. Only commit IDs. Okay. Last n commit IDs. Git log hyphen one line show all the commit IDs If I want to restrict, I can use -n also. Okay. So git log --- one line -2. It will show only last 2 commit IDs. If I give -3, it will show last 3 commit IDs. Okay. So this is how we can use. Okay, so this is how we can use a git log command to check the commit history. Okay, we will get the commit history by using this git log command.